Hey guys, what's up? It's Ace coming to you January 31st, 1:09 p.m. here in Cali. The market's just closed 9 minutes ago. I wanted to bring this market analysis video to you real quick. I wanted to also let you guys know that I'm only going to be doing the market analysis videos maybe once or up to 2 times a week. So if I do it twice a week, it'll be Monday and Friday. But definitely on Monday, I at least want to bring to you guys a market analysis video, let you know what I'm seeing in the markets here. So let's just jump into this so the video doesn't go too long. We absolutely bounced right where I've been saying I thought we would, right in this demand zone. As you see on the 25th, we went ahead and we came down back into demand, and then on the 26th we went ahead and had a little bit of a bearish candle. I think this was the last video I made was on this day. And I said it could be anybody's game at this point, even though we got the D-mark indicator that fired off, which is a potential reversal, which obviously happened. But on this day, we didn't know it was going to happen. And I said it could be anybody's game at this point, although I did like the fact that we had good buying volume coming in on the E-mini futures. And I also like the fact that momentum was waning, as I said. And it looked like the VIX wanted to roll over. So it was really kind of what I call an indecision day. And then the 27th was no better, in my opinion. It was, we had this long wick up here, which shows some bearish pressure, but we definitely had some bulls coming in here with this bottom wick. It was almost like a long body doji. But once again, I like the fact that momentum was still waning, and I like the fact that VIX was still falling, which means fear was subsiding, even though I didn't feel we really had a move in this candle at all, and it was still hanging out in demand. Okay. And then on the 28th, we finally got that push out of this demand zone that I had been waiting for. I was actually able to day trade on this day, did very well to the upside. And we had a 105-point move on the Dow, on the E-mini futures for that day. But it was a beautiful launch right outside of this demand zone. Of course, momentum is now pushing up and getting a little bit bullish here. We had the TMO that crossed over and turned green. We had the VIX continuing to fall. This was a really, really good sign. This candle on the 28th was a great sign. And if we look at the percentage off the highs over here, guys, you'll see that we were falling. And that 28th, we had a major reversal. And obviously, instead of 9.78, we reversed 2% to 7, just shy of 2% to 7.58%. And now today on the 31st, we had follow through, which was phenomenal. Keep in mind on the 28th, we also did have some pretty decent sized volume coming in. Today, we had a really, really nice day in the market, guys. As you can see, S&P finished up 83.68. The Nasdaq was just out of control, 475. We're going to talk about that in a moment. The Dow 406. And let's close this out here real quick and get a little bit more room. And I actually day traded today to the upside, did very well again. Just exactly what I was hoping to see, a rise up to the 20-day EMA. I'd been saying that all last week in my market analysis videos that I thought we would get this float up to the 20. This is going to kind of be, see where we go. Now, I did open up some swing SPY calls, as you see here, and those are my SPY calls that I opened up today. Keep in mind, guys, this is my trade. Please do not copy my trades. You must take your own trades, do your own due diligence, and always, always seek the advice of a professionally licensed financial advisor before executing any trades. But this is my trade that I opened up here today. I did open up some March calls on the SPY. Just on the off chance that we're really going to get back up over this 20. So I wanted to have at least a little position. It is a small position, not a big position, but I wanted to go ahead and at least get a little bit of a bullish a swing position on, because I've been just day trading literally on the 28th and then today. So now I have a swing position on SPY calls. If we do get over this 21 EMA, we do have an intraday supply zone here, an intraday 2-hour supply zone we have to get through. Also, we have the 100 and is this the 100? Actually, that might be the 200. That's the 100. Yeah, we have the 100 and the 50 EMA that are coinciding here with this intraday supply zone on the 2-hour time frame. So if we can punch through the 21 EMA and through the 100, through the 50, and through the supply zone, I think if we get over here, it's going to be really blue skies back up to all-time highs. That is a very lofty goal, guys. Right now on these calls, if I can go ahead and get these calls up here to the bottom of this supply zone, if I see any resistance or any institutional orders that are triggered in this area right here, and I see some selling coming in, I'll get out of that position for a small profit. If not, and we slice through this, or it seems that there's not a lot of resistance here, then I'll stay in them and float them all the way up top, see how far far we can go. So that's what I'm seeing right now on the S&P. Let's just take a quick peek at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was just on fire today. The beautiful thing about the Nasdaq, very similar patterns we did once again, just as I said we would, I thought we would, I should say, that we would bounce right off of, right out of this demand zone right here. And we did a very similar price action to the S&P, very similar with the volume coming in on the 28th, and then a little bit of a light float on volume today, but still very nice move. VIX falling, momentum rising, TMO cost crossing going green. And the nice thing, guys, is we're right underneath getting out of correction territory, 10% off all-time highs on the Nasdaq. So if we can push up and above this dotted line right here set at 14,904, then we'll go ahead and be out of correction. Keep in mind, guys, very similar setup as the S&P underneath the 21 EMA, and we do have a 2-hour demand zone here. The difference, though, is that the moving averages are the 100 and the 50 are hanging out above this or not demand, excuse me, supply zone, above this intraday supply zone. So if we can get through this supply zone, we just have to be wary of this area right here, 15, 480, 450 with these moving averages. If we can pop through that, then we should be able to get back up here into more of the all-time highs area. I have no positions right now on Nasdaq or tech. I've only been day trading it to the short side. I didn't really even I day trade a little bit of tech, but I was day trading some other things on these last 2 days. So tech, I'm going to start taking a look at some of my really strong bull candidates in tech, just in case we do get some follow through here. I want to have some names that I can get long on the swing side with. Let's just take a quick look at the overall other markets that I look at on gold. Guys, just like I said, I thought what was going to happen happened. We came up, we rocketed out of this symmetrical triangle. We smacked our head on the supply zone. I said I thought we would either chop or go back down, and we went back down. A pretty good call on my part, yay me. But anyways, once again, we have supply up above, we have demand down below. I think gold could do some chopping within these areas. It might not be a bad idea for you guys who like to write credit spreads, or excuse me, iron condors, is to put an iron condor on. It's something that I would potentially look at doing. Once again, not giving you trading advice, just my own opinion on how I might play gold. Once again, always seek the advice of a licensed financial advisor before executing any trades. But on this, I would think that placing an iron condor, a wide wing iron condor, and putting the sold strikes within the demand zone here and the supply zone here might prove profitable if we see some chopping going around here in the middle. So we'll have to see. But once again, I'm watching gold. I think I called this pretty well, and we'll see where we go. It also doesn't surprise me, guys, by the way, that gold is falling, because as the market rises, obviously gold a lot of times runs counter to the market. And I think that a lot of people who are getting out here, they might be seeing that, hey, it looks like the market's rebounding, and they might be repositioning some of their assets back into gold potentially. That could be a reason for this fall. We'll have to see where that continues to go here in the near future. Let's take a look real quick at oil. Oil is, I was said we cracked through an old supply zone down here, and if you watched any of my videos, you'll know what that looked like before I took it off. And I said I think oil could rally up in here to the $90 a barrel area. Let's just squish this down a little bit, up in here to around $90 a barrel. But I said we have a huge supply zone up here. Lots of institutional sell orders, I believe, are hanging out up in here. We'll see. Oil's looking bullish. It took a little bit of a breather here for the last couple of trading sessions, but it looks like it wants to rise back up. So we'll see how oil reacts when it reaches this $90 a barrel level. Once again, I think we'll get some institutional sell orders that'll trigger and probably see a pullback. I think it'll pull back probably to the 21 or maybe the 50 before continuing on. If it's going to continue on, it may not even be that deep of a pullback. The 21 might be a lofty goal for a pullback because oil's so strong, so bullish right now. We do have some momentum kicking back up to the upside, even though we had a little bit of waning here the last couple of trading sessions. This volume, obviously oil's still trading, it's still open, but you just check the volume, it's still just slightly under average volume. So once again, oil's something I'm watching, because if we do hit this $90 a barrel level and we start getting some institutional sell orders that trigger to the downside, I'm going to probably be looking to trade on the bearish side of oil. I won't trade the futures. I'll trade probably USO or something like that. Once again, just my personal trade plan and my ideas, but that's kind of where I see oil at right now. And I would love to be able to short some oil on the downside, and help offset my gas that I'm paying at the pump. Like all you guys are just getting killed at the pump lately with gas, especially here in California. Anyways, I digress. Going into bonds here, bonds have been chopping around. We had that sell off here in bonds. Then we had literally 2 days here that were just kind of choppy. These two green candles here, and then now it looks like it may sell off a little bit more. We have this topping tail, but we'll have to see what bonds is doing. It would not surprise me if bonds started to move down a little bit, if the market really does start to rip back up towards all-time highs. I think seeing a retracement in bonds is probably pretty logical if that does happen, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Guys, this is exactly what I've been talking about. If you watched my videos, and if you haven't, go back and watch last week's videos. Man, I was calling this stuff. I said we needed to get a blowout candle. We have a blowout candle here. We had a retracement. Blowout candle here. Retracement. Blowout candle here, retracement, blowout candle here, retracement. And I said, this is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I said, if we're going to move higher, we're going to get a blowout candle and a retracement. And that's what I had really been waiting for. Blowout candle here, retracement. We had this huge move up. And then if you watch my last videos, I said, wow, we'll have to see what happens here, because it looked like we got that huge blow off candle. We had this candle that was a little bit of a doji, but it still had this long topping tail showing bearishness, had a little bit of bullishness here on the bottom. But this one here made me go, oh, I don't know, because, it did finish up slightly 2.5%. And I said, we really need to see some conviction of selling. We had a little bit of selling here. And then this day, the 28th, really where we started to see that move, guys, if I hop right back here into the S&P, where we started to see this move out of demand. Once it broke out of that demand, you saw the VIX started falling on this day, and that's where I was like, yes, this looks like we're actually going to get out of demand. It looks like we're going to get a float up to that 21 EMA and kind of just regroup and see where we go on the E-mini S&P futures. And then, of course, today with our move up, we had this massive fall. So this is great, seeing fear subsiding in the market, just like I said it would happen. If we were going to see the market go back up, we had to see the VIX sell off. We had to see fear subside. I'm so glad it's happening, because that's going to give us potentially a chance to get long in some good swing positions, get in priced in very well because everything's on sale due to the sell-off, and be able to get some upside move back up to all-time highs. So I love the fact that TMO crossed over, turned red, momentum's waning. Guys, this is such a beautiful thing, and generally we want to get back down here to where this demand zone is again. This is kind of where we were hanging out when things were really good and we were just floating up, 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 up. You can see we hung out there for quite a long time. That's the target. That's hopefully where we get back down to, is we want to get back down into this green demand zone area on the VIX. But once again, things are looking really, really positive for the market right now. We'll have to wait and see what happens. This is another positive thing for the market, is we had this massive gap down and drop on the dollar. As I've been saying, when the dollar goes up, the market goes down. When the dollar goes down, the market goes up. The dollar went down, gap down today on today's price action. It was doing this kind of dojing up here, hanging out, and then it just literally started selling off, gap down, and then sold off today. This is so good for the market, guys. Maybe we can get a sell off back down here to this old trend line, and we'll see if it acts as support down here. But this is very, very good overall for the market continuing to go to the upside. Last but not least, crypto. Let's take a look at crypto here. I had said I love crypto overall. I'm a bull on crypto, just haven't been a bull in this long sell-off that we've been in this down channel for quite a long time. We did find support here in this demand zone. As you can see, let me just zoom in here. We found support in this demand zone. As you can see, wick got bought up, touched down here, got bought up again, had a demark, and we didn't get a large lift off of that demark in that demand zone, kind of a little bit of a choppy lift, if you will. But I said we'd have to, last week I said in my video, we have to get to the top of this channel here in order to go ahead and see where we're really at. So what we might do is get to this channel here, get a pullback. Let me just extend this out here. Get a pullback back in this demand zone, and then get some more institutional buy orders to trigger, and then rocket out of here. If we get some volume, we could probably snap this channel and move up, okay? We do have a lot, and I do mean a lot of work to do to get long-term bullish on crypto and Bitcoin. We have to get through these moving averages that are right above this channel. And then, of course, we have three supply zones we have to move through. This is a thin supply zone here. May not be a lot of sell orders here, but this one and this one, definitely I could see some institutional sell orders hanging out up in here. We'll have to see what happens, but I'll tell you, if we break this channel, I'll probably start to nibble a little bit on Bitcoin. Just I have to wait and see. Once again, my own risk profile. I like to go ahead and just give the market time to show me what it wants to do. As my first mentor always said, trade what you see, not what you think you're going to see. So I don't want to trade ahead of any potential moves that may happen, but I'm definitely keeping my eye on Bitcoin, as when the time is right, I would like to go ahead and get some monies involved in there for a potential move back up to these nice areas that we once had. Okay, guys, that's going to be the video for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave me a like on the video. It gets it out to as many people as possible, and I really want people to be able to get some of my market insights, so maybe it helps them in their own trading journey. Guys, please subscribe to my channel. I got lots of new videos coming out. My credit spread video I'm going to be releasing is just about done. Make sure to click that bell icon. That way you know when I release my videos, and you could be one of the first people to check it out. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. Comments, leave them below. If you guys like these market analysis videos, let me know. They do take quite a while to put out, and I just want to make sure that this is something that you guys enjoy seeing, and content that you find useful and valuable. Okay, guys, take care, trade well. I'll see you in the next segment.